create together, explore forever, no expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever, imagination. Create together, explore forever, no expectation. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Invitate to use your imagination. Feel the glow, let it guide your stride.
Welcome to Smite Club, solo adventuring from Mythos Eternos. I am Asmo and I will be playing Ulrich Stoneheart, hopefully for a long period of time, not just for until he dies. I hope he doesn't die. I like Ulrich so much. But let's dive straight in to the solo adventure, Flight from Shadows. Actually, no, it's not. It's called Tyrant of Zhentil Keep, and the first chapter is named Flight from Shadows. You wander far. At some point as you cross the Anarok Desert, the year changes to 1350 DR. Halfway through the century and certainly the end of a momentous decade for Faerun. So much has happened: the departure of the elves from Cormanthor, the rise of the Witch King Zengdi and Damara and Vasa, the end of the age of humanity itself, but these things are far from your mind as you toil across the dry, wasted landscape of the Netheril. Heading east, sometimes northeast as the wind takes you, but then again not heading anywhere really, just walking. You have seen much already, and for a while you have the feeling that shadows are on your tail, so you keep walking, trudging on until the weight of those shadows begins to lift. As you cross the Anarok, several days at a time pass when you see not a soul. You embrace the solitude and spend that time talking aloud to yourself about everything you have encountered and everything you have learned so far in your life. Many realizations crystallize during your crossing of the Anarok, but soon enough you begin to crave the company of another being, any friendly humanoid really. As your supplies start to run out, your solitude becomes a threat to your survival. On the third day, after your water skin runs dry, you see several small dots on the horizon, traveling towards you, oscillating like specters across the dry, hot distance. Your spirit lifts. You are saved from dying of thirst by a traveling caravan, consisting of several friendly half-orc families who are running from shadows of their own, it seems. They tell a tale of persecution in the lands you are about to enter. They speak of tyrants, powerful despots, and secret networks. The word Zhentil is mentioned several times, usually in conjunction with the name Manshun, which makes you weigh for a moment the option of turning south and avoiding what lies ahead. That thought enters your mind but for a breath, following which you chide yourself for your cowardice. No, ever since you set out on this journey, you were resolved to simply keep walking in the direction you had chosen, and now your resolve is firmer than ever. Whatever crosses your path, you will deal with it as you always have, with keen instinct and prodigious skill in combat. You say goodbye to the caravan and continue. Slowly, civilization, or at least the remnants of it, begin to emerge from the shifting sands. Ruins of Netherese spires and the plain of the standing stones bear witness to the great civilizations that once prospered here. When great cities hovered above the desert floor, the great floating city of Thulanthar, now lost somewhere in the shadow plane, was the greatest of these. You walk on and wonder to yourself if this desert has an ending, when slowly the landscape begins to change, endless sands giving way to grassy hills, the colour of wheat, then suddenly, as if springing from the landscape itself, a great emerald forest lies before you. Stretching far north, you enter the border forest, continuing east, and after 2 days' peaceful travel through its green depths, you emerge, seeing before you a river, winding its way through a pristine landscape to a huge inland body of water, a locked sea, the Moonsea to be precise. You'd always known it was here, but nothing had prepared you for its grandeur. You walk through the river, following the river Tesh. Traffic on the road picks up around you. You see numerous farms dotting the landscape, and on the faces of these simple folk, you read the lines of worry, of hardship and oppression in stark contrast to the beauty of the land you travel through. After 3 days of travel, you reach a town called Teshwave, where you spend a night and replenish your supplies, and you can't help but notice that these people, despite the beauty and grandeur of this inland realm, look harassed, exhausted, ill-treated. Over ale, you listen in on whispered conversations. You hear names spoken in bitter tones. Manshun Sol Simonon. An old merchant enjoys your company so much that he buys you several drinks and gives you a thorough rundown on the geography of the area. Later on in your room, you go over his description in your head several times and cement the local geography in place. The next day dawns, grey and gloomy, and you depart Teshwave, making your way towards the next city, the name of which you learnt the night before, Zhentil Keep. It takes you 3 more days to reach Zhentil Keep, and as you approach, you see ruins dotting the landscape, dimly lit in the evening light. It appears this was once the scene of a major conflict. You even notice what appears to be the scorching of dragonfire, long, dark, grey streaks running the length of ruined buildings and roadways. Then suddenly, the granite walls of Zhentil Keep rise before you, banners flying and guards manning her battlements. Right from your first sight of Zhentil Keep, you see that it's not really a beautiful city, but rather built to withstand battle. It has a grim, imposing look to it. Dusk slowly turns to evening as you descend from the north down the long slope towards the fortified town. Just before dipping below the horizon, the sun emerges from between a gap in the clouds, spreading a warm golden light over the landscape. The broad river Tesh, like a vein of gold running through the stone winds in its way towards the Moonsea, some 15 miles to the east. You sense strongly that something awaits you within those tall, weathered walls, some quest or task for better or worse. You stride up to the guards who man the gates, eyeing you warily. So, what we're going to do, Ulrich? 4 staunch-looking warriors guard the entrance to the city of Zhentil Keep. "Welcome to Zhentil Keep," the lead one says. "State your business." "Well, I'm just travelling through. He grunts, surveying you from head to toe. "Well, mind your step, traveller. Obey Manshu's edicts and stay out of trouble and you'll be just fine." "Righto." I nod to the guards and walk past them through the city gates. The street that you're on leads directly to the heart of the city, and not far off, you can see a market square where merchants are packing up their tents as trade ends for the day. Quick look around reveals that it's not exactly dirty, but definitely in need of a spruce up. Buildings are thick wood structures or older stone edifices, damaged in places by what looks like scars of battle. Cobble is poorly maintained, and there are potholes here and there. The overall impression is of a once proud city that's taken a few knocks. The citizens look like they've taken a beating too, slumping around, not exactly full of joy or of life. Like many others you have seen in this expansive valley, they look browbeaten, harassed, and at the end of their tether. On both sides of the street, you see businesses shutting up shop and owners heading home. The only establishment still open is the tavern to your right, a sign above the door stating its name, The Scoundrel's Tankard. Just your sort of place. Further down the street, you see a man standing on a crate with a large crowd gathered around him. He appears to be delivering some kind of sermon. although it's hard to make out what he's saying over the noise of carts clattering past you. You feel a tiny drop of rain on the back of your hand and look up to see low grey clouds threatening to downpour. Shall we listen to the man's sermon? Visit the scoundrel's tankard? Or we could look for an inn? Well, I reckon let's go for... Oh, let's make sure that the Crown Foundry doesn't close. So let's go here. Yep. I'm here. We should go back to here because we are now in Zhentil Keep. Okay. So, Zhentil Keep. Yeah. Okay, so we go 158. Right. Let's go for... I'm going to listen to the guy's sermon. I'm a paladin. Let's see what he's saying. So 158. What is this? You. Sorry, everyone. Wow, sneezing fit. Right at the wrong time. 158. Combat sheet's too far. Oh, where is he gone? Okay, 158 is... You walk over to the crowd gathered around the man, who appears to be a priest of some sort. His words gradually become audible. The priest sees you arrive and gives you a slight smile.
For the benefit of those who have just arrived, I shall repeat the fell news delivered to Lord Manchun this morning. I'm relayed by his grace to the priests of the Temple of Bane. The tidings are thus. Garantor Hawkhelm is murdered by an orc assassin, and an orc horde descends on the citadel of the Raven, marching unchecked across the riddled tens of thousands. Lies!
A voice cries out. You turn to see a female orc glaring at the priest.
These are lies propagated by the Black Network. Centaurium spies killed Hawkhelm, not our people. Silent wench,
The priest bellows.
Of course you'd say such things, killed by the Centaurium indeed.
From seemingly out of nowhere, two guards dressed in the same livery as the gate sentries appear and grab the orc female under her arms and begin dragging her away, kicking and screaming. The rest of the crowd grows restless.
That's enough of that.
One guard says, gruffly dealing her a vicious blow with his gauntleted hand. The female orc's head slumps forwards. The blow has rendered her unconscious. The priest addresses the crowd again.
See, it is bred into them, this violence, this hatred. The night in the dungeons will be her reward for treasonous talk like that.
So now we have the choices of going to the female orc's aid, go to do nothing and simply observe, or I could leave the crowd and visit the scoundrel's tankard, or if I was going to find an inn for the night. Now, I am a reasonably clever paladin. I've got reasonably high intelligence. So I know that the rules here are as such. Even though I do not agree with them, I would abide by the rules of the city. Even though everything inside me is saying help the orc. So I'm gonna have to just walk away in shame and look for somewhere to sleep before I try and kill somebody. So let's go to 6. Aye, this place is an absolute dive. What the fuck brought me here? I didn't think the desert could get worse, but pretty sure this is worse than the desert. Night is now falling and you start walking towards the market square, checking the main thoroughfare and side streets for suitable inns. As you walk down one street that leads off the main street, you see a small figure slumped on a stoop, taking regular swigs from a whiskey bottle. As you pass and catch the sight of a halfling's face, and he looks absolutely miserable. You bid him a good night, if only to try and cheer him up a little bit.
Is it?
He replies miserably.
Been a while since I had a good night.
Anyway, fare thee well, stranger. Do you stop and ask this sorrowful character what troubles him? Or do you continue to search for accommodation? I don't really want to talk to him. So I'm going to continue. So 3, 2, 1. Let's see.
Why, everyone here just feels like you can talk to anyone when you've been walking on the own for months. Way too much people for all of this kind of malarkey. I just want to go to bed. But I sit with the people here.
You walk the streets of Zhentil Keep looking for someone to spend the night, making an investigation roll. Alright. First proper roll of the evening. Ulrich. Okay, we want to go actions. No, not actions. We want to go, yes, let's go investigation. Investigation, wouldn't we? Yeah. That's a 17. Alrighty. Very cool. Okay, so if you score 11 to 20, go to 313. Alright. A light drizzle settles in as you walk, directing yourself towards the middle of town, just near the market square where a few merchants are packing down the last of the tents. You find a nice-looking inn named the Zhentil Arms. Pushing your way through an ornate wooden door, you enter a busy foyer where travellers wait to be shown to their rooms. Eventually, an elderly elf approaches you, key in hand.
Rooms are 5 gold pieces a night.
He informs you with a smile.
Show you to the room?
Yes, that would be lovely, thank you. A little pricey, but worth it. This place. Here we are. The elf shows you upstairs to your room, which is well appointed. A 4-poster bed is covered with plush blankets and silk sheets, and the bath at the side of the room already has several steaming pails of water sitting beside it. It's the little things that count. It's certainly going to get my money's worth. The elf bids you a good night and leaves the room quickly. Quickly, I strip off and fill the bath and have a long hot soak, washing away the dust and cares of travel. Dry off and get half dressed, ready for sleep. On the bedside, there is a platter of fruit and sweet meats and rolled parchment. I untie the parchment and it's a map of Zhentil Keep. I lie down on the bed and study this, thinking about the areas of the city that I will visit tomorrow. Great. So now, first night's rest taken. I didn't lose anything or do anything, so pay now when you go to 74. So after a lovely night's sleep, I wonder what welcomes us right now. Let's see. Alright. You wake in the morning and take breakfast downstairs. Gruel hotcakes with a sweet syrup. Thanking the innkeeper, you walk out to the street and survey the scene before you. Carts trundle towards the market square, where merchants are already setting up. The day is fine and clear, and all about you locals and travellers go about their business. Unfurling your map, you study the different areas of Zhentil Keep and consider what parts you could explore. Okay. Where should we go, guys? So, perhaps or Monitor Temple, Grand Temple of Bane. definitely do not want to go there. That seems like a shithole, probably. I'm going to go down to the market square first, I think. Yeah. Let's go to market square. So as I'm trundling through the town, across the river, let's see what we find in the market. Okay. You cannot. Okay, so that's need to mark 1 progress point. All right. The noise of the market square is the first thing you notice as you approach. You hear dozens of conversations in a variety of languages and accents. The density of the crowd increases as you approach. In this sizable square, surrounded by grimy grey buildings, long rows of stalls have been set up displaying a huge variety of wares. Merchants load goods from carts onto their stalls, and city folk browse goods on display. A stray dog lapping at a puddle of rainwater glances up as I pass. Elsewhere, you get the occasional hesitant smile or good day and a nod. This is the warmest receptions I've had since entering Zhentil Keep. I'm not a rogue, therefore I have to go to 360. That's quite far. Alrighty. Ready. And here we are. That's good. Okay. So you browse the various aisles, getting a feel for the square. There's a lot on offer here. Some of it's useless junk, but some items are potentially quite useful. Make a perception roll. Now, I'm not going to be so great at these, but let's try it anyway. Perceptions -1. So that's a 10. Ooh, maybe I've just passed or just failed. I can't really tell until I got this bit. Here we go. I failed. 491. Okay. So you begin perusing the wares as one stall when suddenly something feels amiss. You check your gold pouch only to find it considerably lighter. Some light-fingered rascals made off with a good chunk of your gold. You're surprised you didn't hear or feel this happening, but then the marketplace is quite busy. Oh, roll a D100, just got much gold. Okay, let's see. Let's roll a D100 and see how much gold it takes from me. It's probably going to take all of it. Yeah, let's roll. That's what we got. I've got 2 gold left. Woohoo! Alright. That little bastard. Not up for that. Alright. Okay. Let's see. What happens next? Let me see to 44. Quite entertaining this, to be fair. 44. You make your way around the various stalls, examining the wares. You have time to briefly look at all of them, but you may only buy items from 6 stalls, otherwise you are eating into your next progress point. I cannot buy much from any, because I've only got 2 gold left. Candles. Silver, no. Picks. Oh, that's a different type of pick. Colourful wigs to make your noggin look bigger. Manticore mane wigs. Alright. Bottles of exceptionally high quality mulled wine and cider. I mean, I'm a dwarf. I'll just buy 2 of them. So 2 bottles of cider added to the thing. Alright, cool. Alright, where else are we going to go next? Let's go. Check out Scimitar. Oh, we're not. Yeah, let's check out Scimitar Street, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. So I start walking across the other side of the market towards the Scimitar Street and temple. I'll take a left. And what do we find in Scimitar Street? That is... This street is populated by adventurers of all races and all manner of characters. Street vendors hawk food to passers-by, and beggars beg for money, jangling metal cups as they pass. Ahead you see a patrol of Zhentil soldiers, and you stop, turning your back to them, pretending to examine the jewelry laid there by a street hawker. From what you've learned of the city, you decide it's probably best to not have your face seen about too much. Eventually they pass and you continue, past smiths, armourers and weapon shops of all descriptions. Several look promising to your experienced eye. To visit Mail, Plate and Hide, an armory. To visit Sword in the Forge, a weapon store. To visit Gunther's Guns and Supply, General Supplies. Let's check out Gunther's. I mean, I haven't got any gold left. I've already stolen from me. Yeah, I'm just going to go for a walk. I'm done shopping, so we can just go somewhere else. Alright, let's go. Let's go to the Amanotor Temple, 53. Okay. So, let's see what's happening at the temple. So, just not as... Everything gets my stuff stolen there as well. 53. The Amanotor Temple is tucked away in the northwestern area of Zhentil Keep behind an artisan's workshops. In a semi-industrial area, unlike the Black Altar, which sits among the main clerical region of the city, as you walk towards it, you see many different races and peoples from all over Faerun, but not many Zents. It seems Bane is the deity of choice in this city, and given that Amanotor is Bane's mortal enemy, you can't help but think this is a temple is a token gesture. Amanotor's face, a radiant sun, is positioned over the main entrance. You enter the cool interior and a heady smell of incense envelops you. There is a fountain set in the middle of the main temple which provides a soft, watery background noise for the worshippers who sit peacefully around the temple room floor, contemplating the large Amanotor idol which graces the altar. A priest rings a bell as he chants an ethereal prayer, and presents foodstuffs to the idol. In alcoves around the wall are other small idols representing other deities of Faerun. Ilmater, god of endurance, Torm, god of courage, Tyr, god of justice, Chauntyr, goddess of agriculture. The list goes on and on. This appears to be a catch-all for worshippers of any deity that isn't Bane. Glancing around the worshippers, you see that this could be a chance to gain some valuable information. There are all sorts of individuals here, or perhaps you could use your time to pray for some boon from Amanotor. Should I pray? Talk to a priest? Talk to some elves? I reckon I'm gonna talk to the priests, seeing as I am a paladin. Quietly you make your way up to a nearby female priest, resplendent in her robes of gold. Welcome to our temple, traveller, she says warmly from her accent. You pick her as a Zent, but not a non-Bane worshipping Zent. That's rare. What do I ask her about? Well, let's see. What can you tell me about the Baneite faith? Why are they so prominent here? Do you have any holy oil that I could take in exchange for a donation to a beautiful temple? What other religions are present in the Moonsea? Let's go for the first one. So tell me about the Baneites, because that's some weird shit, man.
Why are the Baneites so prominent in this region?
Oh, because the men at its head are corrupt, ruthless murderers, that is why. And their god rewards such behavior. Never trust a devout Baneite, Outlander, or you could pay for it with your life. She goes on to tell you that the Church of Bane is undergoing a bit of internal strife. Orthodox Bay Knights are at odds with Fazal Chimbara's faction of worshippers, as the latter has done a deal with Manshoon and the Black Network. They feel Fazal has sold out to Manshoon and corrupted the faith.
Interesting, I think. Where there's division, there's a chance to exploit that division. I thank you for your time, young lady.
And she seems to wander off to do other duties. Introducing the Cleanable, because dirt is temporary, but the trauma of what lurks beneath your sofa is forever. Are you tired of filth? Sick of mystery stains? Does your local dungeon reek of goblin funk, eldritch mildew, or the vague scent of regret? Well, worry no more. The Cleanable is here to blast away grime, filth, and existential despair. Simply throw, shout the command word, and watch as a sparkling wave of cleansing magic obliterates dirt, tidies messes, and even polishes your loot for resale quality. Everything dirty gets sucked into the mystical demiplane of filth and grime, which is totally safe, we promise. Probably. Pricing and special offers, we have the low price of just 50 gold. You can bring cleanliness into your life today. If you buy 3, you get a free anti-dirt sigil decal, and if you buy 5, get the exclusive Janitor's Blessing spell scroll. Where can you buy the Cleanable? At Gnome Depot, Bard Mart, or ask your local wizard. Banish filth, not your sanity. So as we return to Zhentil Keep for Smite Club solo adventuring with Mythos Eternals and me, Asmo, playing Auric Stornheart. And I'm currently in the temple of basically Lathander, but the old guy. It's much easier to say Lathander. So I'm gonna say Lathander, but Armanthol or something like that. And I've just spoken to a priestess that told me a bit about the Bay Knights and how they're all corrupt killers, basically. And I'm now deciding whether I'm going to go and pray to Amonata Lathander, or I'm going to talk to some elves who are sitting over by the south wall. I think I'm going to go to the altar and pray, because I just spoke to the priest, so it makes sense to go in that order. I kneel before the altar and quietly say a prayer. Oh, Bahamut, Amantor, all of the good gods. I don't know why you've been led here, through the desert, to this place of corruption, of worshipping death, this evil. That woman in the markets. We must abide by the laws, but something must be done. Please give me a sign. Please give me a sign. And now I need to roll a d20. As if I have Amoto as my deity, I may add 5 to the roll. I am not, but I have religion, so I'm going to roll religion. I did a good prayer. I think it's worth a religion project. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's see what we got here then. Come on in, Ulrich. You can do it, buddy. Religion check. It's a +2. Oh. This is 7. Oh. I wanted the prayer to work so bad. Okay. So with that is a fail. Therefore, we have to go to this one. You say your prayer and walk away from the altar feeling spiritually invigorated. Great. Perfect. So as I return back to the main temple, I'm gonna head towards the elves. See what they're saying. You approach the elves and attempt to engage them in conversation, but they look slightly suspicious of me. Make a performance check. Alright, I'm pretty good at them. Well, I hope I am. I'm rolling like garbage, so maybe I'm not so great. Let's see, performance +3. Oh, that's a 10. Why am I rolling so bad? Alright, let's see. No, failed. Despite your best efforts, these elves do not seem interested in talking to you. You try for a while, but eventually give up, leaving them to their worship. Clearly, they're like dwarfs. That age-old rivalry. I'm now going to leave the temple and head back to the map. So, where am I going to go next? I've got one more place to choose before the end of today. I'll go to the Grand Temple of Bane. I'll go to Arcana Lane, but I haven't got any money, so I'm stupid. South City Ruins. Yeah, maybe the ruins, you know? Okay, let's go to the ruins. Let's see what's out there. Number 78 is where we're going now. 78, here we are. You make your way past the common court and into the ravaged, rubble-strewn landscape of the South City ruins. From what you have gathered during your time here, there was a great invasion of Zhentil Keep some 50 years ago by a large force of orcs, ogres, and even a dragon or two. The city was more or less leveled and rebuilding has been going on since. It appears most of the debris has been cleared away from this area and you can see that the road's been remade. Fresh cobble runs southwards out of an open gate and onwards to the next city to the south named Ulash. Behind you to the north, a swathe of newly constructed houses forms the common quarter, where many of the poorer citizens live, and the Zhentil barracks on the eastern side of the south city. You walk into the midst of the ruins and you have a look around. Mostly all you can see are the blasted empty shells of wrecked houses and the odd scurrying rat. But to the south you can see the remains of what appears to be a temple. I can choose to investigate some of the houses and investigate the temple ruins. That's got to be the temple ruins, right? Paladin. 471, okay. You walk south, discerning the outline of a temple made in an older style than the other buildings you've seen so far in Zhentil Keep. It resembles some of the Bane temples you have seen since being here, and nearing the ruin you can see inside the remains of the altar. The entrance, however, is utterly wrecked. A high pile of rubble will make getting inside a bit of work. Will you climb over the rubble pile to get into the ruined temple? If so, go to 45. If you'd rather go and investigate some of the ruined houses instead, I think I'm going to climb in, man. You make your way to the pile, looking to climb over it and get inside, but then to your horror, the whole thing starts to move, forming itself into a vaguely humanoid shape. The stone monster stands, fully erect, and starts advancing on you. Evidently, it does not want you to enter this temple. Go to the Storm Stone combat sheet. Oh no. Oh shit. Okay. What is this? What is this? I'm fighting an earth elemental at level 1. You've got to be shitting me. Okay. Well, guys, it was nice playing. I'm definitely going to die. Well, we'll see. I'm now going to set up the map because I think I have this one ready. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, well, let's roll some initiative. So, for me, we have initiative here. Initiative. Boom. Oh no. Well, that sucks. 3. Okay, well, he goes first. Alright. So, up first, he's going to do a command stone attack. So one of the stones from the piles starts to shift. I need to roll an insight check to see if I can determine which pile of stones it's coming from. That is I fail, I do not, so he has advantage on this first attack, which is the worst. This is not the best start. I think I'm going to die. I should run away. Oh, well, never mind. I've committed. So, yeah, that's advantage. Okay, so let's use the real dice. Here it is. Oh, he got 1. Yeah, I got advantage there. He rolled another 1. That's insane. That's so good. That's so good. So good. Okay, so the first one misses. Then if somebody says just one attack, so just the one attack. So then it is my turn. All right. That is great. That is great. Okay, so let's go to actions and let's move in, and I'm going to try and smash him with my mace. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, now smashy. Let's do it. Mace, swing in. Come on. That is a 17, which hits. He's got 16 armor class, so I'm gonna definitely divine smite that. So first of all, let's do the normal damage, which is 1d6 plus 3. So that's 5 damage plus 2d8. Boom. That is a total of 8 points of damage, so 13 points of damage. Takes a massive chunk as I just run in, smash with my mace as I hold my shield up high, and you see this big chunks of stone just fly off of the guy as I just lay into him. Now it's his turn, and he can do his shrapnel attack. So with the shrapnel attack, shrapnel burst, it's a dex save from me. Okay, so let's do dex save. Okay, dex plus 1. That is a 12. Is that enough? No, it's a 14. Okay, so I take 2d6 plus 3. Rollo. I was going to do it on digital because too much noise. 2 plus 3. Please don't hurt me. 6 was 9 points of damage. I'm on 3. I need a critical. I need to. Oh my goodness. I'm on 3 hit points. Okay. Alright. It's my turn. I'm gonna do it. Come on. Give me a natural 20. Please give me a natural 20. Please. There's a golden moment. Ulrich. Pray to Bahamut and all the gods in the world. Please survive this. Ulrich, are you ready, bud? Are you ready? Come on. Right. I am gonna drop my shield, pull out my maul, and I'm going to try and knock this son of a bitch prone. Let's attack. Please be a natural 20. 18, 23. That's good enough. It's not a natural 20, but it is a 23. So that's 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage. Plus, oh yeah. That's 13 points of damage. So it's now had 26 points of damage. Now plus my divine smite. on. Can't let it get another hit in. It's got to be taken him out with this. It's another 8 points of damage. So let's go and check. So that's 26 plus 8. That's 31 points of damage. Am I right with that? On 26. 34 points of damage. 34 points of damage. Let's check. 35. It's a 1 hit point. Okay. That means he can do his bloody shrapnel burst again from his body. So I need to dex save. And he needs to. I'm down. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I've got movement. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So I can move first. So I just going to move away. So 5. Let's move him over here. Run away, Goldrick. So at least he gets a swipe at you, but it's not the shrapnel burst because that's almost hit. So we're going to throw a rock at me. Let's roll an insight check to see if I can determine where it's going to come from. Come on, Aldrich. Come on, determine where this bastard's coming from because otherwise he's got advantage. Let's see, almighty insight. The +1, even though you are proficient. Let's see, come on, bud. You can do it. You can do it. It's a big score. 50. Yes, that's a success. He does not get advantage. Oh, that's cocked. That's a 17. Okay, how much damage does he roll? Please don't tell me it's crazy. It's +3, he's gonna knock me down even if he rolls me 1. Oh, Aldrich. Aldrich. That's a 1, bruh. That's a 1. It was a 1 hit point. Stormstone, I got it down to 1 hit point. So close. So close. Shows you I shouldn't go in for my straight away for the paladin thing. Although it's going to be again. It's going to be. I'm not going to go for another paladin because it is Smite Club after all. Well, that's all, folks. You'll catch me next time playing again as Aldrich in a different universe, the multiverse of Aldrichs, as you will. This one, he very close beat Earth Elemental, but was taken out in the last seconds. Almost had it. Ay, la pobre.
Create together, explore forever. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Imagination. Create together, explore forever. No expectation. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Invitate to use your imagination. Feel the glow, let it guide your